Welcome to the Keep the Faith podcast. Listen, when I tell you, took me 30 minutes to solve an issue that took 30 seconds to fix. Like, really?
Right. But hey, we got it. We're here.
How are you, Charlene? It's been a while since you've
Yeah.
been actually on the podcast. Actually, let me expand the screen.
Okay.
How have you been?
I am well. Yes, it has been a minute. I think the last time I was here, we were talking about Janelle Blanc. So yes, it has been a minute.
Now it looks as if my internet is freezing. Can you guys
I
see
can
me?
still see you and I hear you. Okay, it's freezing just a little bit. Hopefully it will snap out of it.
Okay, because now
Technology is doing what technology does, obviously, when it does not work. Work well.
is it still frozen?
Okay, it's not frozen now.
Okay. It's frozen on my end.
Okay, I see you moving and I hear you clearly.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give the mic to you because I don't know what I got going on there. My mic wasn't working properly. Now the internet want to freeze. So you actually wanted to do a podcast. So I'm gonna give you the floor and let you speak.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, of course, when I am here on behalf of Forgiven Hearts, we are always talking about the community and what we do to serve the community, and also how community members and other organizations and businesses can join us in our efforts to do so. Since it has been a minute since I have been on behalf of Forgiven Hearts, I will just give a little information about Forgiven Hearts, and you can follow us to learn more. But Forgiven Hearts is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We were founded in 2018, and we primarily serve the PD and Low Country regions of South Carolina. The organization has four targets: health, family, education, and community. So we partner with so many organizations and businesses and even individuals so that we can serve the community under our initiatives, but also help other organizations and businesses serve the community in their way as well. With that being said, we are now in giving season. Giving season is in full effect here in our country. For FGH, it is always giving season, but in our country, giving season is in effect. Many people are getting excited and ready for Thanksgiving, and many are getting ready for Christmas or whatever holiday that you celebrate during this time. And we are in the midst of all of our efforts, our initiatives to give back during this season. With that being said, I'll start off by talking about our holiday card project. So we are collecting handmade holiday cards, and that collection started November 1st, and it will go on all of November. And let me get the date correct. The final day to donate your cards would be December 18th. And I always tell people you do not need to be an artist to add some holiday spirit and cheer to a card. And I always like to take the stress off everyone by letting them know that we go through every card. And if we feel, or some people may even request, can you look at mine and add a little more to it? We sure will. So don't feel as if you have to be an artiste to participate. Children could participate, adults can participate. If you're in the doctor's office and you just have 20 minutes of wait time, take a couple of sheets of paper with you and create a card. Even if you're not a great artist, so you don't even want to attempt to draw anything, but maybe you're great with words, you can put the words in the cards, turn them in, and then we can handle the art part. So it is set up so that we all can participate. Why do we want you to do that? Well, it's just something extra special about a card that someone has made as opposed to maybe a card out of the store. Now, we know there's some amazing cards in the store, but it's just something special. If you've ever been on the end of a receiving a card that someone actually sat down and made, so they actually put the words in and put the image there, it's just an extra something. And that's what we are trying to do this holiday season: spread a little extra something, a little extra love to our nursing home residents, to our sickle cell warriors. We just want to send them an extra dose of holiday cheer, because we know that sometimes people, for various reasons, may find themselves feeling lonely. And of course, if you're not feeling well or in the best health, that can sometimes be very challenging, because you may have, the wants, the desires to go out and about and do everything that you see everybody else doing as they're celebrating these moments, but your illness may possibly prevent you from doing that. And that is definitely the case with sickle cell warriors. And of course, with our population in the nursing home and facilities, senior care facilities, the various names that we have for them, yes, some of them may get visits all the time, but a lot of the population, they do not get visitors. And so them having that spreads to them a good dose of holiday cheer. So we're asking again you to create wherever you are. However, if you want us to provide a space for you, you can contact us and we can actually organize a space and time for you, and even help with assisting with gathering supplies for you so that you can create at a location if you would like to do that face to face. So again, that's an option that anyone can do literally today. You may have time tomorrow if you happen to be off tomorrow for Veterans Day. And maybe the kids are home and they need a little extra structure. Give them some paper and say, make some holiday cards. It will definitely bring smiles to the faces of many. So that is our FGH holiday card project. This is our 7th year doing that. So that is a very special and near and dear project that is near and dear to my heart, because believe it or not, when we walk in to deliver them, they actually expect us. They're like, oh, we knew it was about that time for you to call us to schedule a drop off or whatever the case may be. So when the employees are looking for you, and that means it's doing much for the residents, but it also does a lot for them as well. It helps spread joy to them because they get a kick out of it, believe it or not, because some people put really clever jokes inside the cards, and so everyone's like, that one card said. So again, please consider participating in our holiday card project. Now, if that's just not your thing at all, now that we have some time, maybe again you have that time tomorrow, or maybe you won't really have that time until Thanksgiving. Whenever you have that time and you find yourself going through the closet, and we know that we have some items that we don't wear anymore, but it's in great condition still, or good condition still, just gently used, we are collecting our coats. Okay, our winter items, our winter drive is going on right now. And so, yeah, literally right now, because the boxes go out tomorrow. So literally right now. So I asked you if you have any coats, and of course, people also put in hats and gloves. That's acceptable as well, that we can use. We always go through them to make sure they're new or gently used. We wash every piece, and then we take them to the emergency shelter on Jarrett Street. So we are always happy to do that. The PD Cap Emergency Shelter on Jarrett Street here in Florence. So that is the organization that your donations will benefit, and they also benefit others in the community who are in need, because that organization will obviously use what they need with the different sites that they have, but then others who may be in need as well are able to receive donations through our various partnerships with the PD Cap. So please consider donating that way as well. And this is the beauty about technology. So technology was doing its own thing today, but this is the beauty of technology when it works. Even if you can't get to the BTC here in Florence, which is the Florence Business Technology Center, even if you can't get to Levels Pole Fitness, even if you can't get to an Asapula law firm, or AYS Imaging Studios, or Practical Purpose Solutions. You can't get to those businesses. Maybe you don't live in an area, or maybe you live in an area and you're just super busy. Guess what? If you visit our websites, if you visit our social media page, you can go to our Amazon list and you can purchase coats directly from there. And when you purchase those coats, they come right to the FGH home office. And so we get them and we can add them to the stack. And we always try to give you a shout out so that you know we received it, and so that others know, hey, we have amazing supporters from wherever they are, and they use the opportunity to shop via Amazon to get coats donated to us. So that is also an option for you if you're not local, or local and you're just too busy. So again, boxes get taken to each one of those locations: the Florence BTC, Levels Pole Fitness, Anasapula Law Firm, AYS Imaging Studios, and Practical Purpose Solutions. They get dropped off to them tomorrow, our first thing on Wednesday. So please, 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 and if all of them are open tomorrow, they're getting them tomorrow. But if for some reason they are observing the holiday, they will get it Tuesday. Please go ahead and work that into your schedule so that you can get to them. And you have until December the 20th to do it. So you have more than enough time. And we always like to have them a little bit before Christmas so that the residents who are currently at the shelter have the opportunity to get brand new coats, because we always get a lot of new coats. And we get, of course, a lot of gently used coats. But how cool is that to wake up and go, hey, look at all these coats. I needed a coat. And yes, I know that it may be something that's super simple to a lot of people, but it is not as simple for a lot of people to access. So them being able to be helped out by being given the gift of warmth this holiday season means so much. And sometimes they may have a cold. Some of us may have a cold, but maybe because of your situation, maybe you only have one. And we all know that we want and need more than one coat, because damage just happens, just natural wear and tear. And also because the weather just does crazy things in South Carolina, right? The coat that you might wear today, or the jacket you wear today, may not suffice tomorrow, may not suffice next week. So we need those lighter coats. We need thicker coats. You might need a coat with a hat on it, so with a hood on it. So again, we want to help all people who have a need, but in particular, our main benefit for this would be the PD Cap Emergency Shelter on Jarrett Street. But of course, we spread the love. So November the 12th through December the 20th, those are the dates. And again, this is already posted on our social media and on our website. So look us up. Look at those organizations, businesses assisting us, and as others volunteer their business or organization as a drop-off location. If you visit our social media regularly, you will see that list continue to grow. Because that's the one great thing about our community. People reach out all the time like, hey, is it too late? Those organizations I listed have assisted us year after year after year after year. So those businesses are amazing. But sometimes we get new people, and sometimes we get returning people who are like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize this or that. So again, keep checking. A closer business may pop up. You never know. But again, if not, check out our list on Amazon. So that's our second way that you can give this holiday season, our Coats for Winter Drive that we have in partnership with Say You Will. So check us out. Either one of our pages will give you more information. And I want to also share November. It's family, well, it's many things, but as I'm speaking about Family Caregivers Month, we actually have an event that will be happening for Family Caregivers Month, and that is going to be in partnership with Practical Purpose Solutions with Kendria and it's going to be at her facility actually, and it is going to be on November the 21st. So November the 21st, 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Practical Purpose Solutions. We're going to have a caregivers night out. It's actually our second annual caregivers night out, and the registration information will be out this week, so continue to follow us. It may be out within the next 24 to 48 hours, in fact, and that will be a free event for caregivers. We had an amazing time last year. We had, and we'll have this year, mental health discussions, and it was amazing to see everyone share what they do. And in the process of those who were willing to share and wanting to share, they were able to help other people because they're like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't know that that was a resource. So it's such beauty in us helping each other, and you get so much from just listening and having conversations with each other. So we will have that conversation. We will do a little journaling, and of course, meditation. You always, when you come to an FGH event, and we have a special soft spot for our caregivers, you walk away with some free goodies. In addition to the event being free, you walk away with some free goodies, and you get a good good refreshments, a good light meal. So come on out. Have a good time with us. If you are, a caregiver, a family caregiver, you take care of someone in your family, you take care of maybe someone who may be disabled, or has some type of disability, whatever the situation may be, an elderly parent, come out so that we could just show you some love, and give you the opportunity for some self-care. So we have some other things that will be going on that night. So again, within the next 24 to 48 hours, check back on our social media and you will see more information about that. And again, that's in partnership with Practical Purpose Solutions. And also I do want to mention that Dr. Moore will be there. Dr. Moore will be there, and she does an amazing job. She has a book, and she's going to be talking about that book, and it's a great resource. And so we're all about giving people resources and exposing them to resources that can help them live healthier, better lives. So Caring House Calls, Dr. Moore, you don't want to miss her. Please join us on the 21st. Go ahead and put that on your calendar if you're a caregiver. 6:30 to 8 o'clock, November the 21st. And let me give you the address, but it is on 2011 Second Loop Road. 2011 Second Loop Road, Practical Purpose Solutions. So it is here in Florence, 2011 Second Loop Road. Okay, so that's Caregivers Night Out. So I also want to share, because even though I know that I said you just said you're collecting handmade cards. Well, we are, but here's another opportunity. So for the next week until the 17th, if you happen to be someone who is an artist, but even if you're not, you just have a kid who has the ability to draw something really clever. So we have those select populations that we give the cards away to. Absolutely. But we have a big population of supporters and those businesses who partner with us and our donors who help us out, that we want to send them a card. And again, instead of just buying cards to send to them, we started last year our holiday card contest. So that information was posted today on our social media. You can win $75 if your art is selected. So think about that. And I always tell people, here's the thing about contests. You think, oh, there's no chance I'm going to win that thing. So many people are going to listen. I tell people it's like essay submissions for scholarships. Everyone thinks a lot of people are submitting, but to be honest, If you just submit yours, you would be surprised half of the time that you will submit just because other people thought, no, there's no need for me to do that. There's always somebody who's going to do better. There's always someone this. And even though that may be the truth, a lot of time that moment of doubt and hesitation prevents people from submitting. So again, if you have something, it doesn't have to be the best art in the world. It could just be something that's really soul touching. It could be something that's super creative, even if it isn't the most well executed, whatever it may be. You know, FGH is a heart organization. Again, that's why it's for giving hearts. So we want something that connects to the heart and not just something that's just beautiful. So you may be able to create something that can connect to our heart and end up getting $75. And then your art is going to be printed and emailed out to everyone. And we have a big audience. And then, of course, we're going to make sure we let them know that you created it and all of that good stuff. So, hey, it's a great opportunity to also spread love, get a little extra cash in your pocket as well. So check us out on social media if you would like more information about that. And as I always tell people, it must be original work. It has to be your original work. You know, we have to say that because the thing is, we live in an age with technology, as we know, is so advanced now that everyone wants to use everything else and to write papers and all of that. It has to be original work. Okay. We can't give you credit for doing something if you didn't do it. Right. So we want to be honest. You know, our little tagline that's so important to us is we foster forgiving hearts and responsible citizenship. So with that responsibility becomes that honesty component. So please make sure it is your work. So again, $75 is up for grabs by the person who wins. So that's primarily what we have going on right now. We have this week. I do want, this is a light-hearted one, right? We like fun. The one thing about us is we like to be able to bring awareness about things in the virtual world. Why? Because we spend so much time on social media, right? Most of us, we're attached to our devices, and I get it. I understand why. Half of the time I tell people, I say, yeah, I'm like creating the world on this device, this phone of mine, right? Like I might have to go to a computer every once in a while to, if it's something that has like a particular formatting with maybe a Word document or something. But I have me sitting somewhere. I've created flyers. I've already set up an Eventbrite or whatever the case may be. I'm getting stuff done. So we do know that a lot of us aren't just playing around. We're getting things done. But because that still means that we have access to what's being placed out there, we take advantage of the World Wide Web and social media to the best of our ability. And with that being said, we're going to be doing so in recognition of Odd Socks Day. So last year we participated in Odd Socks Day, and it's usually on the Monday, but because it is Veterans Day, everyone for the most part is recognizing it on the 12th. So Odd Socks Day. So why participate in Odd Socks Day? Well, Odd Socks Day sounds fun and light because it really is, but the purpose behind it is, you know, if you have on different pairs of socks or socks that might look silly or might look a little different or just for some may think it just doesn't make sense. You know, sometimes diversity is great, right? We need diversity. Sometimes it's okay not to have everything so matchy. And so what Odd Socks Day does, it brings awareness to our diversity. It reminds us that it's okay if you're a little quirky. It's okay if you're a little different from everyone else. Embrace that diversity and use it to awaken your superpower so that you can live your best life and give back to the community. And people can do that when others respect them in their little quirks and their differences and don't isolate them because of it, right? And so that's what Odd Socks Day does. It brings awareness to our diversity, and it just reminds us that diversity can be a great thing. We just got to embrace it. And even if you don't want to be included in it, at the end of the day, just respect people and their differences. Sometimes just leaving people alone and not bothering them can be the best thing that you can do. But hopefully you could be someone who can be very welcoming to people and embrace their differences and say, hey, it's okay, especially when the differences are not causing any hurt or harm to you or other people, right? So we know that some differences may be things that can cause hurt or harm. We're not talking about those things. We're just talking about people who may dress a little differently, who may speak a little differently, who may look a little differently. We're talking about those things, you know? So that is what Odd Socks Day does. So we want everyone to put on those socks, put on those mismatch socks, whatever the case may be. Get creative. You can decorate some with the kids tonight. You could do it tomorrow as an activity and have them ready to go for the 12. Take a picture of it, tag Forgiven Hearts or send them to us, and we want to be able to reshare them. We want to show the people who are supporting it, even if you don't want to show your face. You know, you can take a picture of focusing more on the socks, and we can jazz it up as we do and put it out there so people can see. We have a world of people who care about each other. We know that things are trying, and sometimes we may feel like we don't, but Lord knows we have a lot of people who do care about others. And we need to do the best we can to amplify those people and their voices so that they become the focus and not all the other craziness that's going on in the world, right? So that is Odd Socks Day. So we want everyone to join us again on the 12th. And that flyer will be posted, if not tonight, first thing in the morning on our social media as a reminder. So we want you to get to Forgiven Hearts. So, you know, you're like, this lady got a lot going on. Yes, we do. You know, and everything may not be for you, but whatever is for you, you jump on the FGH train, help us do whatever needs to be done. And then what's for the next person to jump on, then they jump on when it's their turn to jump on. And that's how we keep going. That's how nonprofit organizations like FGH, these true grassroots organizations, thrive. You know, get in where you fit in. If this stop is not your stop, don't worry. Join us when it is, and we appreciate whatever instances, whatever support people can give us, because sometimes support is not always about money. A lot of times it's just sharing a post, something as simple as that. Like, seriously. And we seriously appreciate it, because you never know whom that post will reach. Just a simple share of a post. Now I'm gonna say a couple more things and I'm gonna let y'all go, because the one thing I like about Tori likes to share these even after it's over. She might re-air it so that other people can catch it, whatever she chooses to do with it. I want to leave you with two other things. One being that I want you to save the date. Save the date for January the 12th, because we have some initiatives that we focus on 365, and that would be our mental health initiative, and of course our sickle cell disease initiative, and our period poverty initiative. But on January the 12th, we will have our second annual sickle cell banquet. I already have a save the date out on our website and our social media, so you can go to that event that's created, click interested or going, so that way anything that's posted or updated there, you can get notification of. But right now, on this day, save January the 12th for the banquet. It is free. Free. Can you believe it? A free banquet. Like, we give you banquet food, banquet entertainment, banquet speakers for free, because that's how passionate we are about spreading awareness about sickle cell disease. And we do that in the memory of my brother, RJ McKnight, who is one of the hearts in Forgiven Hearts, always in his memory, but also in the memory of all sickle cell warriors, those gone and those still here fighting. Oftentimes that population of warriors, they get overlooked, and that's just the fact of the matter. So our goal is to do what we can 365 to continue to spread awareness, to continue to shine the light on the warriors, and also on just sickle cell disease in itself, the importance of donating blood, how that helps so many sickle cell warriors, because blood can give them another day and another day and another day and another day. Like, just a simple act of donating blood. If you're able to donate blood, because we do know not everyone is able to donate blood. But there are so many other things we can do. And that's what that banquet is about. The banquet is to give awareness and have us walk away with some action items, ways that we can make sure our family is good, and also do our part to make sure that the community is good. So January the 12th, mark it in your calendar. Our FGH's second annual sickle cell banquet. And lastly, also put in your calendar December the 3rd. December the 3rd is Giving Tuesday. So again, some people might say, all that sounds good, but y'all don't have time for that drawing stuff, that writing stuff. I don't have time to do any of that. Where can I just send some money? Just let me donate. Because, I get it. You have people on either end of the spectrum, and some people kind of like float in the middle. But there are some people who just like, I love it. I want to support you, but I just want to give you some money, and then you can do what you need to do with it. On December the 3rd, you don't have to wait until December the 3rd. You can go to our website now and donate. But on December the 3rd is Giving Tuesday. So I share that now to say a lot of people, especially as it's the end of the year, people are trying to go, well, I need to, give some money to some nonprofits, the government's gonna take it. If I may as well just give it away and donate it to some people who can do some good, as opposed to having to pay a lot back. All the reasons that people may want to give back, especially at the end of the year when they're looking over their year, right? Put FGH down as one of those organizations that you want to support. We appreciate the support. Yes, yes, yes. I want you to continue to support all those big name organizations as well. Everyone needs it. And we support them as well. And I always tell people that's one of the great things about supporting FGH. Because when you support FGH, you automatically are supporting people like the American Heart Association or Susan G. Komen. You're already supporting Red Nose Day, all these organizations, because we support them, and we support them with the funds that you also give us. So in the process of supporting us, you are helping all these other organizations too, because like I said at the beginning, we don't just focus on our initiatives, we partner with others to help them with theirs as well, because they can't even do it alone. Even those big organizations, they can't do it alone. They need us too. So when you support FGH, you support us in our initiatives, but you help others as well. So include FGH in your giving this holiday season, but especially on December the 3rd for Giving Tuesday. And as always, that will be posted on our website and our social media as we get a little bit closer to that date. But mark it down, December the 3rd is Giving Tuesday. That's a lot of
Wow.
information, Tori. But hey, but there it is. That's what we have going on.
A, a lot of information. A lot of information. Listen, you didn't need me at all.
I come ready, Tori. I come ready.
Listen, make sure you in the link in the comments that you post the link to the page and any contact information if anybody wants to reach out to you personally in order to donate to the organization. Make sure you post all the information in the comments as well. And anything that you post, let me know so that I can share them on all my social media platforms as well. Any final thoughts before we end the live? Because like I said, you did not need me at all.
Listen, I needed you. I definitely needed you. You may not have needed to say a lot, but I needed you. You support us in many ways, and actually also in showing up to the events and all that as well. But you also support us by giving us this platform, which helps us reach, as it has for years, reach and have new supporters, all because of Keep the Faith with Tori. So listen, we need you. We need you. All right. I'm telling you that right now. So again, I just want to end finally by saying, if you know someone, we do a lot of things, and I didn't focus a lot on it today, but if you know someone who needs a resource, who's having a hard time, and they're not a caregiver, so they may not be coming to that event, but I have on hand some great resources for those who may be having a hard time. And I know many times people say the research shows that people don't have as difficult a time during the holiday times. with their mental health. But in my real world, I see that a lot of people have a hard time, especially during the holiday season. So, with that being said, as I'm a believer that both things can be true, right? In many cases, um, if you know someone, you can always reach out to us and we can make sure that we are able to give them some resources. If you are someone who can meet with us in person, we can give you a book that is a great guide. But please reach out, because we know that people can have many challenges with their mental health during this time. I know that I was lively and bubbly and all of that, but I want to take a moment just to be as serious as I can about that, because I know, even for myself, someone who has anxiety, and this organization was founded in the memory of two of my brothers. I'm included in that bunch, right? And I shared with Tori in a previous text message. I said, listen, I do what I do because I generally have a heart to help people, but in the process, thank God, I'm also helping myself, because I'm always grieving them not being here, not being a part of our family in the way that they were. So please reach out if you know someone. The one thing about FGH is, if we can't help you, if we don't automatically in-house have that resource for you, we won't stop until we can find someone who can help you. And also, on the other end, if you know someone who's in need of feminine hygiene items, we do provide those 365 as well. And again, that's something a lot of people may not want to talk about, but I want to share it because there are too many people who do need these. And sometimes people forget that we do that. We actually have a whole separate social media page that focuses on the FGH initiative. We started that initiative our second year. That was each year we try to do something special for our birthday, our FGH birthday. And that initiative just was so good. I kept it going since that year. And so it has its own social media page, because the content is all, of course, about menstrual hygiene and period poverty and all of that. And I want that to be just focusing on that. But we have that there, and people can reach out to us, and we can again make sure that they get the materials, the hygiene products that they need as well. So I didn't talk about it, but those are 365 ways that we also give back to the community. So if you know of anyone, you don't have to wait to the giveaway. You don't have to wait till our giveaway on January, I believe it's the 20th. I think that's MLK Day, if I'm thinking correctly. I believe January the 20th is the day we recognize MLK Day for 2025. That's our actual giveaway. And again, that's going to be at the PD Cap. We have it there every year, emergency shelter on Jarrett. But you don't have to wait until that giveaway. If there's something that we can help the community with, again, if we can't, we will find the people who can.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Well, y'all, my internet has been interneting, so that's why I let Charlene do all the talking today. But Charlene, anything that you need for me to do, I'm just a phone call or text away. And I appreciate all you guys do in the community.
Thank you, Tori. Forgiven Hearts. I'll put it in the comment, but find us Forgiven Hearts. You spell it the way it's shown on the screen, will pop up.
Absolutely. Make sure you follow, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a
Tell
friend because they're always doing amazing things in the community. And just like Charlene was saying, if you're not one of those people that have the time that you may be working and you want to donate, Giving Tuesday is coming up. That's an opportunity for you to give to the organization. And like she said, it's a tax write-off.
Hey.
Tax write-off, because like I know some people now that they don't have the time, they're working a lot, but they believe in giving donations. So I will definitely remind you guys about Giving Tuesday. And just like Charlene said, you don't have to wait till Giving Tuesday. You can give year round. Don't wait to just Giving Tuesday. But you can give a little extra on
Yes.
Giving Tuesday.
Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. And listen, I'll say this one last thing about giving. You can even select FGH as your organization. You know how social media, when it's your birthday, it gives you the opportunity to create a fundraiser for a nonprofit. you can even select FGH for that. I'll give a
Mm-hmm.
shout out to William Stoops, our FGH videographer, official videographer, photographer, who recently celebrated a birthday. So his campaign supporting FGH is actually currently live. And as the birthday person, you get to choose what your goal is, and your friends and family can support you and click on it and donate on your behalf in your honor of your birthday. So that's another way that you can support FGH. Use social media to promote an organization, hopefully FGH, but on your birthday so that your family and friends can send some love that way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Charlene, like I said, it's been a pleasure. As always, you guys make
Always.
you support the cause and everything that she talked about today. I'll make sure I share on our social media platforms. And I also re-air this podcast this evening as well. So that those that may have missed the beginning, that you can go back and watch it as well. But I want you guys to thank you for tuning in. And always a pleasure, Charlene. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I always say at the end of each podcast, you may bend, but don't you dare break. And always remember to keep the faith. Enjoy the remainder of your Sunday, and we are out.
And
Peace.
have a great Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans.
Yes. Salute to all the veterans.
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. I may, if I have the time, I may come on tomorrow, do a little short message to my veterans. So
That
I'm
would be
glad you
awesome.
said that. I may have to do, yeah, I may have to do a little short video, even if I have to pre-record something. I'll do something
Yeah.
for my veterans
Yeah.
because I love you guys. We
Absolutely.
really appreciate you guys' service. But you
Yes.
guys have a remainder, enjoy the remainder of your Sunday and have a blessed and beautiful week. All right, Charlene, we out. Peace out,
Thank
y'all.
you.
You welcome.